Confused about A Level Islamiyat Paper 3? Many students know the topics but struggle to understand the structure of the paper and the difference between AO1 and AO2. In this lesson, we'll break down the entire Paper 3 structure, explain Section A and Section B, and show you how to approach AO1 and AO2 questions effectively.
Let's begin with the paper 3 first. We have a lot of syllabus in paper 3 and paper 4. Paper 4 is not too much with complications. There are specific topics like women in Islam and the pluralism and such major topics. But in paper 3 we find here a lot of topics. Yeah, so actually it is all about, as you can see in this image, yeah, it is all about the heritage of Islam. We can also divide this heritage into two types: the heritage of civilization. So as a civilization, we possess a heritage. As a civilization means Islam as an empire, as ruling state. So what it built and what are the contributions of Islamic civilization. That is its first type. And the second type is the expression of belief. Means how the Muslims, they express their religion through calligraphy, through philosophy, through architecture, yeah, all these things. So how they interpret Islam and how they express it, yeah, phenomena. But first, here in this first slide, I just wanted to tell you that your paper, it consists upon the same pattern, section A and section B, as we had this in paper 1 and paper 2. Section A is the heritage of Islam, and section B is, you can say, we have different names for that. Everything is heritage of Islam, but we need to divide the main topic so that it becomes section A and section B, and we study each section in a structured way. Got it? So section A, it includes two sections. In your exam there will be in total 4 questions, yeah, and you have to attempt only 2 questions. Here you have a lot of options. See, in section A you have full option, you can choose from 2 questions. In paper 1 there was, the first question was compulsory, the Quran, hadith, and but here the question 1 is not compulsory. You have choice here, and question 1 and question 2 in section A, and you have question 3 and question 4 in section B. The first 2 questions, they pertains to Islamic empire and its contribution and its influence upon the Muslims today. Got it? And here each question, and the section B, it pertains to Islamic theology, Islamic philosophy, Islamic aesthetics. How was their calligraphy, how was their geography, how was their engineering. Got it? So a lot of aspects. So this is very important, to learn what is the paper pattern, and to learn what is section A all about and what is section B all about, and what is the distinction between two, and why we are learning this in section A and what we are learning in section B. All is history of Islam. All is Islamic heritage. Got it? But what is the difference in the history of Islam in section A and what is the difference in history of Islam in section B? This is also important. Anytime you visit a museum, yeah, or any historical place, so they will place a board, in the entrance they place a board, and there they mention a small history of the museum. They mention all the details about this museum, or any archaeological site where they mention here was the assembly hall, there was parliament, this was their divan, this was their sitting area, this is your, so everything is there. You get an overview in your mind, and when you enter the archaeological site, yeah, the ruins, you can imagine, you can picture what was there. Although the small tiny boards are there, they mention that this is their assembly hall, and this is their lecture room, for example, this is their meditation room, but there is no room, actually only ruins, yeah, ruins. So but you get an picture in your mind through that board. So I'm telling you, so this perception, this awareness about a paper pattern and about what we are going to study in section A and B, this will give you a mindset and a perception about what you are going to learn. Then when you enter into the topic, you will be with a basira, with a vision. So this is very important. It is not especially when it comes to the A level studies. So it is not O level, first thing. Second is that this is very technical, very analytical, very evaluative, like yeah, you tasted that. Islamic studies, this is also very technical. It is not just history or the things. So you need to reflect upon these facts. You need to sleep upon them, and you have to infer infer things out of this, corpus that is before you. The paper pattern is that there will be 4 questions, and you only need to attempt that only 2 questions. One question from the A, and the one question from B section. Got it? And each question, it consists upon 2 parts, part A and part B. And you know that. What are they parts? Part A is AO1. Got it? Part A is AO1 and part B is AO2. The tricky one. In part A, you need to, present your knowledge and understanding, mere understanding, yeah, no evaluation, no comparison, no multiple views. And in part B, there will be, the evaluation and analysis involved, and here you have to present multiple point of views, and you have to prefer, one of them. So this AO2 definitely it will be 15 marks, yeah, and AO1 it is as normal. This is 10 marks question. Got it? So this constitutes 25 marks. 25 marks out of these 2 in section A, and 25 marks in section B. Pattern. And the time given will be 1 hour 30 minutes, mean 90 minutes, where you have to give you have to allocate more time to the A2 questions. Yeah, maybe the 30 minutes for the AO2 question, because they are tricky one, and definitely they will be lengthy. And AO1 they may be 20 marks, 20 minutes, yeah, or less. So this is all up to you how you manage the time.
Understanding paper 3 is the first step to success. In the next lesson, we'll explore sections A and B in more detail. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.